It's been a hot time frame here in the Zone 9A Spring, Texas area, and as I'm about to turn on the water, we are going to do something in this video that I have never done, and that is use a shade cloth. So if you've never used a shade cloth, hey, join the club. Let's do this. Okay, so the main reason I want to use a shade cloth today is really twofold. One, I'm tired of everything dying. I've lost so many plants this summer, and I lost a lot of plants last summer, and I said last summer that this summer I would use a shade cloth, and I've yet to do it. So I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm actually going to use a shade cloth. But let me show you some of the issues that I've been having. One, besides the weed in that bucket, look at all those pepper plants, dead. Now I really think the color on these pots has a lot to do with it, but look at those pepper plants, y'all. Or those tomato plants. But look over here, everything looks beautiful, lush, doing great. But these little squash plants that I planted, a couple weeks ago, they're growing, but I think the sun is like really hurting them. So now also in here we have 2 tomato plants and this little serrano pepper plant that I topped just to give that a chance. I haven't done a lot of topping of pepper plants, but I wanted to give that one a shot because I've got serrano peppers right here. These plants right here are serrano peppers, but look how leggy they are. So I topped this one, and then look at all the growth coming out. So we're gonna see how that goes. I think it's gonna work, but of course this is not a pepper topping video, so let me not be squirreled. Let's focus, Chad, on the shade cloth. Now I'm going to use the shade cloth on this bed right here. I want to give those plants in there a chance. And to be totally honest and transparent, I've already lost a lot of peppers over in that bed. Well, let me just show you. In this bed right here was a bed that I had those Buena Mulata peppers growing right there. Those real pretty purple peppers. And I've lost that plant because this evening sun just comes right in and just bakes everything out this way. I mean, everything. This is kind of late in the evening, but usually this bed is just being baked also. And yeah, I've got some stuff strewn around. It's all right. This ain't an HGTV channel. This is real life gardening. There's going to be stuff laying around that you're like, well, it is what it is. Okay, so why do you want to use a shade cloth? Well, one, it's going to protect, or let's say help protect the plants from the sun. It helps block out the sun. And there's different levels of shade cloths which you can totally get 30%, 50%, 70%, 90% shade cloths. Totally up to you and what you need it to do for you. I've got a 50% shade cloth right here that I'll show you here in a second. Also, they help regulate moisture in your soil. If the sun is just baking and baking and baking that soil, it's going to evaporate and dry out that soil. So the shade cloth helps kind of protect the soil also, and not just the plants. And it'll help you save on water. Again, not having to water as much is an added benefit of a shade cloth. So we're going to give this a shot. I'm not quite certain yet how I'm going to do this, but I kind of have a plan. So well, let me show you the shade cloth. So I got this shade cloth off of Amazon. It's a what is it, 55% shade rate. It's a 6.5 by 10 foot shade cloth. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drape it over these tomato cages. I'm going to put another tomato cage right here just to help do a 2 and 2. And then I'm going to use, I think I'm just going to use a ratchet strap around it, crank it down, keep it in place, and go from there. I don't see why that wouldn't work. And again, I've never done this. I don't want to put T-posts in the ground because I haven't called 811 and figure out where all the wires and stuff are. So I'm not dealing with that. I already have an issue with this neighbor. I don't need him being all, yeah. So we're going to do it that way. I think that'll work. So let me grab the ratchet strap. Let's get this done, y'all. so done. The ratchet strap really cranked down nice and tight. I don't think there's gonna be an issue with the shade cloth coming up. I left this side open right here so I can water. The other side is pretty much closed, which I'll show here in a second. And I really thought, if I'm gonna be completely honest, that this shade cloth would be more or less see-through. I thought there'd be more shade to it, but 55% I think is good. I only need it for about a month. Toward the middle to end of September here, the sun isn't as bad, so I only need this for about a month-ish. And y'all, in true Texas form, it's not supposed to be any rain today, and I'm hearing thunder out there. So, hey, it is what it is. We haven't had rain in about 2 weeks, so I'm not gonna complain. It is what it is. All right, let me show you what I did here. So now I could totally come back through, loosen this up, and tuck these in, make it a little bit more aesthetic, but it's all good. But it came around the upper lip all the way around like so, and I think it's going to be just fine. I could totally water right in here if I need to, so this is still open, but yeah. So I think that's going to work. Now, before the rain gets here, I guess, let me show you. I really should have had shade cloths 100%, like a month ago easily, surrounding this entire bed, saving this area, and then around this corner right here, saving all of that. I should have had that. I didn't. I just lost track of time. And plus, when it gets really hot here, I don't like to come outside. I'm gonna keep it real. It's just too much. But I think the shade cloth is gonna work. We will see. And the way I'm gonna judge that and determine whether it did work or I need to get a more dense shade cloth is how everything grows in there. We just saw how it looks today. I will keep everyone posted on the progression of this, and hopefully those squash plants will take off along with those tomatoes and that pepper plant. So yeah. Now, speaking of tomato plants, now that we're done with the shade cloth, I want to do something. If y'all remember in spring, where's it at? If y'all remember in spring, I had a tomato growing out of the bottom of this thing. It didn't do really well. Let's be real. It didn't really do very good. I think it was the soil. So being mid-August-ish, everyone has plants on sale. Now, I don't know why they don't just keep plants year-round, because it's not just spring when people plant. So all you companies out there, it's not just spring when we plant. But I got a cheap tomato plant, and I'm gonna put it in here real quick. So I'm gonna do something a little different than I did in spring. So if y'all saw that video, I'm not just repeating that video. Let me show you what I'm gonna do real quick. Get that thing planted, get it hung back up there, and y'all, gonna try to beat the rain. If we even get it. You can see how dark it's getting out that way. I don't know if you can see it on the film, but it's getting dark, so let me hurry up. Are you ready to go inside? Okay, well, come on. I know, it's too hot out here for us. I used to go in, I gotta stay out here. Okay, again, let me do this real quick. Okay, y'all, so I took the soil out right to that lip right there. Now remember, or if y'all have just seen this for the first time, I put this in here so there was a barrier, so water could sit in here and the roots could go down and get what they need. And when it rains and waters, it's not flushing all the nutrients out the bottom hole here. Like you see right there. And from what I can tell, it looks like this really worked. So, here's the tomato plant. Lemon Boy tomato. And look how root bound this thing was, y'all. I mean, I've seen way worse, so I'm not really complaining. But we are gonna feed this down through that hole to where it's upside down. Now, because I didn't make this hole really, really large, it's only a ½ inch, I gotta really thread this through carefully so as to not break as many of these leaves as possible. Now, some will break, let's be real. But like I did in spring, the trick is just to get that first branch like right there, coming through. There we go. If I had someone else here, y'all, I'd have a different angle for y'all to see. Now if I break this, I break it. I'll show you, and I'll go get another one. So far, I think I'm doing all right here. I've got quite a bit of it out. There we go. Let me flip the camera around so y'all can see. This is always the struggle of filming by yourself. All right, so there we go. Check it out. Totally come down through here. It's down really well. Definitely happy with that. Didn't lose a lot of the leaves or anything, so I think this will be fine. Now, as you can see, that root ball is upside down. No issue there at all. Now, one thing I did in spring that I'm not going to do this time is one thing I didn't do in spring that I'm going to do this time is I'm going to use a really good soil. If y'all remember 2 videos ago, I made that soil for the seed starts. I'm going to use that exact same soil in here because it's full of nutrients and it should be absolutely perfect for this tomato plant. So let me get this filled up. We'll go get it hung back up. Yeah, we're done. Okay, so one thing to remember, before you hang this up, do not sit the pot down. It'd be a bad day. Yeah, it's definitely gonna rain, y'all. I'm sweating crazy because the humidity here is insane, but I got it up here. Last thing I need to do is just water this in and we're done. But check it out. So I got it up here on the tomato trellis. Got it locked in right there. I'm using this string right here, this tomato twine, and I'm using that hook up inside, right up inside the hole there. And I have this tied off to this beam down at the bottom, so this will keep it from swaying. And as this grows, I'm going to use these clips to just keep it growing down the string there. I'll trim back these basils so it's unimpeded as it grows, but I think that's going to work. And I think there will be a difference because I'm using different soil, a soil that I tested in a raised bed for tomato plants that worked great over the spring. So these should work just fine. But before this rain gets here, everyone, I'm gonna go ahead and let everyone go. I think the shade cloth is gonna be a hit. We'll see. I might need more, honestly, a thicker shade cloth, but we'll see. I don't know. I think that's gonna work just fine. I can't see why it wouldn't, but everyone, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. I hope I inspired you to do something different. Maybe use a shade cloth. Maybe grow a plant upside down. I don't know. Just experiment and have fun in the garden. That's what it's all about. Enjoying your time in the garden. If y'all enjoyed this video, do me a favor. As always, everyone, share the video, like the video, and subscribe to this channel if you've not done so already. This is a growing community here on YouTube. It feels like everyone I talk to, we all think the same. We're all kind of just enjoying the process of gardening. So if that intrigues you and you want to join, by all means, hit that subscribe button and come join the journey. Everyone, take care. God bless. Continue to shine bright, harvest hard. Do something new in the garden. Use something you've never used. Plant something in a different way that you've never done. And I'll talk to y'all again real soon. Bye. It's coming.